day to day. Okay. Let me see.
The screen.
Okay.
Some with it. Hotel. Let Yanazar get that thing on this.
You know how to do
See
it?
the screen?
Go ahead. We're gonna remove him with that.
No, don't remove them.
No, I'm not gonna. He wants you to put it on his screen. Okay, we got it.
Okay, but you should be able to see the other brothers too, though.
Yeah, can we bring Zion to be the main picture, then the other two classes on the side? I mean,
You can mute your mic over there.
He got it. But that was it. What was it?
that's the same thing.
You tore. All right, so clap it up. Let's go, man. Let's rock and roll. All right. Yahweh, Shabraka thumb to the Akim. Yahweh Shamala thumb by Hashem outside to the sisters. Once again, we're the Isupk, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, operating under commanding General Yohana. If you're not in the Isupk, you are not in the truth, right? What is the truth? The truth is the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native, according to the Bible. You understand? There's nothing more important in 2024 than us waking up and getting back to our heritage and our knowledge and understanding who we are before we lost our identity under these heathen nations. You understand? So, with that being said, what's going on in the world, Yonazar? What we have? What we have on deck, brother?
Hey, Salaki,
come on.
If I may, it's crazy, but I think like we know what's going on in Israel and Palestine, but I think like okay, sir, if I may. Okay, so I saw he was talking about this book that he wrote and that he made a movie that's coming out in April about a possible civil war in the United States. So they made this movie about the upcoming civil war, and also when I was watching the segment, golly, is going to turn in against the Egyptian. If you know, and I wanted to a question, sir, that at some point these devils are going to turn and fight one another on some level.
So when we say fight one another, like, oh, so let's do this. So when we say nation against nation, let's break it down. What would we be talking about? So if somebody, what does that mean when you say that? If we were to break it down so someone can understand it.
Okay, nation against nation, if I may, sir, is race against race.
So let's give me Matthew 24:7, Baba Kusha. So race against race, meaning what?
Like ethnic group against ethnic group, so to speak.
Okay.
And also, but it also says about city against city.
Well, you know, those things are happening right now. When you talk about cities, you got to think about what Texas is against the rest of the states. You got to think about what California is against the rest of the states. You have to think about what Utah is against the rest of the states. You got to think about what Florida is against the rest of the states. You got to think about what DC is according to the rest of the states. And we can't forget about New York, according to the rest of the states. These places all have different identities and what they perceive to be important based on their region and what they had to offer as a economic basis, if you understand. You got to remember this thing when you talk about civil war, it's about money.
Kind of one concept, and if I may,
come on.
Okay, when it's Egypt, you know, the oppressed.
Okay.
The oppressed against, would that be a more modern way of saying?
I tell you what, Egypt is, meaning places of bondage, right? Meaning you would be on point with it. Meaning different oppressors, they're all fighting for resources. You understand? Unfortunately, us as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, we don't even, what the scripture say, we don't even consider. We don't even know what's going on. We don't even know that there's a war going on all day, every day around us because of the oppression that we face as a nation of people. You may not understand it just because you may not be struggling in your financial stability or your education or the means of how you living. But if you knew how your brother or what your sister were facing, then you will understand they're just as much as they're a part of you. And if they're going through something, then guess what? You're going through something. And if you're going through something, they're going through something. See, Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, we're still fighting to figure out what resources do we have to offer. Jeremiah Hyman said something that was so heavy. The new topic of Black people is what they call it, generational wealth. And he broke it down so eloquently. He was like, you will never have generational wealth long as there's generational poverty. You understand? Like in certain communities, you have a son that is raised in the projects, and guess what? He's going to raise his entire family in that same apartment complex, and his children are going to do the same thing. I'm not saying anything is wrong with the projects. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. But when you have the oppressor that is flooding that community with weapons and all type of illegal substances and all type of liquor stores and all type of gambling houses and all type of churches, you know, they surround the projects where I'm accustomed to chilling out back in the day. Right outside that project, that was a church on you go to the north side, that was a church on that corner. You go to the south side, there was a church on that corner. You go to the east side, there's a church on that corner. You go to the west side, there's a church on that corner. And in between those churches, guess we have in between? Planned Parenthood. Guess what else that we have in between? We have the ABC stores, huh? And then you have that janky car lot that everybody goes to buy cars from. Huh? Those things are everybody goes to buy cars from Hispanic and Native Indian community. And those are the things that we're fighting for. To reestablish that thing true in the nations of for power of the world. Bob he's in outer space right now. Huh? He's on he's flying in a lunar aircraft somewhere right now. We don't have anything in the Black community. It's because we don't go out and vote. Somebody playing a game with us, huh?
Right. Lock it, sir.
Please, come on.
If I could read the scripture to you.
Come on, Yanazar.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. And I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, and they fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Mm-hmm. Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof. So, like, we as the priests and prophets of the Lord, we have to be ahead of the game, so to speak. And so I just brought this out. So if I may, maybe I can help put us a little bit ahead of the game, since they talking about this already, understand, so that we could be on alert and watch out how this is going to develop.
Well, the only way we can really alert our people is to pass a flyer to them and tell them to get in the class. That's right. When we go out and we teach this truth, that's our way of alerting the people. because the Christian pastors are not. Nobody else is doing this work like Commander Junior Hunter. No one else in the earth is doing it. So it's a miracle that we're sitting in class with the idea of knowing that, guess what, there's a day coming that no man on the earth has seen before. And then what the scriptures say? Egypt was a small thing. King come at the earth, what's in those words about how he's gonna render judgment to this earth. No man has seen before. So, well, everybody laugh and make fun of what we say in the truth and how we battle against everybody. And the Bible stands true against everything that I've seen since I've been here. You see what Commander Junior Hunter and the generals do when they go on those platforms. You see what Captain Tazariak does when he go on those platforms. You see what the brothers do each and every single day when we went out in the streets. You see the sisters are putting aside their selfishness and their, oh man, all the things that come along with the emotional side of a woman. They're putting those things aside and saying, you know what, I want to be up under a submissive man, and I don't care if he has another wife, because the scriptures say in that day, these things are happening right now in the earth, Yonazar. And when you're able to look in the Bible and be able to see what thus says the Lord, oh brother, you are prepared. There's nothing more that I don't give a damn how much what they call them doomsday prepping that you do. If the Most High is not on your side, it's never going to matter. Think about all the people that mock Noah. Come on. Who that?
That's Officer Mike Shaw. Captain Now is ready to come in.
Okay. All right, Most High Christ. And with that, I'm gonna turn the class over to Preaching Prophet Lord, Captain 13,000, Captain 9 Thought Bun Yummy. Clap it up.
All right, what's going on now, Kim? My shalom, Yabba Shem Shekatha, Yabba Shem Altaba Shem Shai. How are y'all doing?
So,
we talk, yeah.
You all good?
Yeah, we twab here, sir.
Come on.
I was trying to make sure, see if we could get a mic check in East Carolina, seeing if you could hear us clear.
Yeah, okay. You're coming in loud and clear in my ears here right now.
We can hear y'all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So where we at? Oh man. Zion. Where we at?
Come. Yonazar was going into a topic, Isaiah 19:2, sir.
Mm-hmm. What does it say?
The nation against nation. That's what he was really going into.
Shalaka, sir, if I may. Okay, so I saw a segment on CNN where they had this writer producer who wrote a book about an upcoming civil war in America, and he also made a movie that's coming out in April.
So, what does it say?
So when I saw that, this scripture came to my mind, and I just wanted to, just want us to just go over it so we can really be up on what's, where we supposed to be.
All right. So you could start off wherever you want to start off.
Okay, sir. This is the book of Jeremiah. Hold on.
You could start where Zion finished. All right. Or did you go over everything already?
Sir, we just going into nation against nation, going into Matthew 24:7, but he wanted to go into this one, so I was just looking for a precept, but we were just really just breaking it down, sir.
Okay, come on.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother.
Right.
And everyone.
So was the Lord saying? And where is this?
Isaiah 19:2, Baba Kasha.
And it's Isaiah, and he's prophesying And he's saying he's going to set what? The Lord is going to do what?
Set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
He's going to set Egyptians against Egyptians. You understand? That's a what? That's what you call a what? A prophecy, right? And people, I mean, if they're thinking, and I mean, the Bible not real, look at what's going on the earth today. Look at what's going on the earth today. You understand? The Israelis fighting who? The Palestinians. The Ukrainians fighting the Russians. There's war in Sudan. There's war in Congo. There's war everywhere. You understand? Even in Asia, there's talks of war in Asia. You understand? And the Lord is saying what? Through Isaiah.
It says, I will turn Egyptian against Egyptian.
Go ahead.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother. And
right. So now what you're saying, the Ukrainians and the Russians are what?
Brothers.
Yeah, they're Caucasians.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Even Putin, he acknowledged that. He acknowledged that they're fighting their own people. You understand? They're fighting their own people. Even America is just what? They and Putin's are what? Brothers, nonetheless. But they are fighting each other. You understand? And somehow black people be getting caught in the middle. When we should realize the Lord is trying to do what? What is the Lord trying to do? What is the Lord trying to do?
So like I said, he wants to separate us from them.
You're correct. But I want you to hit the nail on the head. What is the Lord trying to do?
So like you, sir? Is he trying to bring about the destruction of the oppressor's world?
That's I'll take that. He's trying to give black people what they've been seeking for, not seeking, something they have not been seeking for, which is what?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Is it rulership? That's the rule of the other nations.
You right. Come on.
Justice.
Yeah, justice. It's something that we do not understand. That's why this whole boot kissing scenario, or these boot kissing what you call, what's the best way to put it? Boot kissing. Come on.
We had a question. Go ahead.
On topic or off topic?
On top. Well, Isaiah 19.
You said it.
Come on.
Well, in verse 4, where it says, "And a fierce king shall rule over them," who is that? Just what is it? Who's the fierce king?
Okay, read verse 19. I mean, 4. It's 4, right? 19 and 4 is speaking about, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who reading for me? I think it's Yaniza, 19 and 4.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 4. It reads,
Go ahead.
And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts.
That king, hold on, the Egyptians. Okay, I can't tell you off the top of my head. All right, but I could definitely get back with you on next class on it. I can't tell you off the top of my head which one of those kings is speaking about in that case, because we all know that what Egypt fell when Israel walked out, because their army went behind Israel and was destroyed. So we know they fell. Now, which king there were hands were put into them? I can't remember which empire came after the Egyptians. If it's the Assyrians, I'm not too sure. All right, so I'm gonna get that for you. Okay.
So this is a past. Is this a past like about Egypt, or is this a future prophecy, or is this about America? I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I heard this question. Like the Bible, right? The Bible is we could relate it to what? Because it's a live book, we can relate it to what's going on today. You understand? We can relate it to what's going on today. But the Bible, as you know, Isaiah was speaking, he was speaking about what? Read Isaiah 19:1 for me. You understand?
This
Go
is the
ahead.
book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud.
So this we're speaking about here, and our brother is what? What we're speaking about here right now?
He talking about the chariots?
No, hold on.
Slightly, sir.
Uh-huh.
The burden of Egypt.
The burden of Egypt. What's the burden of Egypt? Meaning what?
Slightly, sir.
Come on.
Like the judgment or the
yes, this is something that they're gonna have. What's a burden? Something that you have to carry. Does any one of us like carrying a burden? Some heavy load all around the place? No. You understand? Well, we're reading about the burden of Egypt, and it's saying it's going to come how?
Upon a swift cloud.
It's coming upon a swift cloud. You understand? Mm-hmm. Right? So read on. Come on.
And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Right? And the idols of Egypt shall what?
Be moved at his presence.
At his presence. Come on.
So is this specifically about the people of Mizraim or just bondage in general?
This is about Egypt. This is about Egypt. And when you read the Bible, you know that when it speaks about Egypt, Egypt is synonymous for the word what? Give me that in the Bible where it says Egypt is the house of bondage, where it says that. I think it's in Exodus, right? Where it make reference to Egypt being the house of bondage. And this is why if you read Exodus, you can link what's going on today in America with what happened to us in Exodus.
Come
on.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
I am the Most High, thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of what?
Out of the house of bondage.
So today, America would be considered what?
House of bondage.
Yes, house of bondage. Egypt all over again. That's why when you take that dollar out your pocket, why does America have a pyramid and an all-seeing eye on the dollar? Why is Washington, D.C., why does Washington, D.C. look like ancient Egypt with the obelisk? And George Washington sitting in a throne like Pharaoh. Why? Because this is Egypt all over again. You understand? Give me where it says it's in Revelation.
So would the cruel king in our case be Halashai? Is it part of parallel?
The cruel king. Can it be Halashai? That could be a future prophecy, but in this case, the cruel king is basically these heathens how to deal with basically each other. You understand? Like Israel today, Israel and the Palestinians. Israel is a cruel king over the Palestinians. Cruel. You understand? They done unalive over 30,000 people in that country in less than 6 months? You understand? Right? They are cruel. And the Lord is saying that a cruel king is going to be over what? Over the Egyptians. Now, how I know this is not Christ? Because Christ is what? How I know this would not be Christ? Uh-huh.
Christ is a just.
Yes, he ain't cruel. You understand? He's just. You understand? Somebody who's cruel is going to do you everything that the Lord say not to do. You understand? Because he's cruel.
So when it says nations against nations, this kind of factors in.
Yes, so the nations against nation lets you know it's talking about these heathens and how they deal with each other. How the Caucasians deal with the Arabs, how the Arabs deal with the Caucasian. You understand? What happened on what the Israelis call their 9/11 happened on October 7th. You understand? The way they describe it, it sounds cruel. You understand? They are cruel to one another. Right? Just like the Ukrainians and the Russians, they are cruel to one another also too. You understand? Like the Lord is this here is him. This is him giving Egypt their judgment for what they did to God's chosen people. You understand? And that's why the judgment that comes upon Egypt, we could link it to what's going to happen to what? America, judgment that's going to befall America. And all these nations that have kept us in captivity.
Right.
You understand? That have dealt with us cruelly. Like all these nations had a part to play in slavery. How do I know? Because none of them speak about it. None of all these nations act like slavery never occurred. All of them. But yet and still, when it comes to the Holocaust, every nation remembers the Holocaust. Every nation pays attention to the Holocaust. You understand? Every nation pays attention to it. And every leader that does not pay attention to it, Israel makes them take a trip to Auschwitz. You understand? Makes them take a trip and try to give them a full education on the Holocaust. Now, brother, who is asking the question? Do black people get an education on slavery?
Not anymore, sir.
No, hold on, Yanisa, the young brother.
If we do, it's kind of a one-sided story. They don't even go into details like how he used to make us eat each other and almost other crazy stuff.
Okay, so Mike, I still ask the question: Do we get How has our people been educated on slavery?
Not how it should be, no.
So the answer should be no, because if we were educated on slavery, then what would we have known?
Our true
What
name,
me and you would have known?
our heritage.
We would have known the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That is what we would have known. That would have been something we all would have come to agreement with, that he is the devil the Bible speaks of. But we all not on that accord because we were not educated in slavery. We were not told, well, your family was sold to this cruel master. You understand? Like to this day, America still upholds Andrew Jackson as one of their greatest presidents. When Andrew Jackson had a genocide on the Native Indians, with that march, a trail of cheers. You understand? Like it's a difference with telling us about slavery and being educated about what happened in slavery. You understand? It's like when you go to school and you mean educated on maths, you're not being taught the outskirts. You know what I mean? Like how to add oranges. You understand? you've been taught to go into algebra, pre-calculus, and these other math. You know what I mean? Topics.
Like
But
it, sir.
when it comes to slavery, what do they tell us? 1 minute. What do they tell us, young man? What do they tell black people about slavery?
Summarize the Three-Fifths Compromise, Dred Scott, and just plantation life, but they don't go into like slave breeding or torture methods they use or just the evils that were done upon us. They don't go into detail.
So have you ever heard them say to forget about slavery?
Too many times.
Right. What if somebody told you to forget about a loved one who died? What would you say to them?
You crazy?
Yeah. You understand? It's the reason why it's been said too many times is because we weren't educated on slavery. You understand? We weren't educated enough. Who was going to say something?
So, like it, sir. Officer Yanazar, I was just going to offer a precept.
Come on.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, and verse 12. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked.
Yes. All his servants are what?
Are wicked.
Are wicked. All right. Good. All right. So now, did I tell you to hold our scripture for me? Come on.
But it was a precept in Revelations.
Yeah, bring that.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Which spiritually is called what?
Sodom and Egypt.
So what is this talking about here?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
America.
We could bring it to who? To America. Because it says what? How we know we could bring it to America? What is this? What word in there lets us know we could tie this to America or whatever captivity we was in?
Like it, sir.
Hold on, Yaniza.
I would say the Sodom and Egypt, just based on the spiritual nature of America, because during slavery, they kind of use us being considered slaves as a means of committing debauchery and sexual morality with our women, amongst other things. And
yes. And the word in there is, as you say, Sodom and what? Egypt. But there's another word in there that lets you know. Said it. Yeah, is that what you was going to say?
Yes, sir. I was going to say the same thing, sir. I was going to say Sodom and Egypt. That's what I was going to say.
You all are correct.
Spiritually, it says
spiritually.
Spiritually.
That is it. Spiritually. You understand? Spiritually. Because in here, right, America has the spirit of what? Sodom. And it has the spirit of what? Egypt.
So, like it, sir, if I may.
Come on.
I was going to say also, too, the Egyptians had us in captivity for over 400 years, just like we were in America. So that's also why we could make that comparison.
Yes. And now my question, right, to brothers and sisters who are online and listening, right, is this, or in class, is this. The laws that Moses gave us was to separate us from who? Come on.
The heathen. The Egyptians and the heathen.
The Egyptians, right? And the heathen. But the Egyptians, so which means the Egyptians were practicing what? They were what?
Slightly, sir.
Yeah.
Celebrating other gods, paganism.
Yeah, and what?
Sodomy.
Sir. Sodomy.
Yes, sodomy.
Okay.
You understand?
Gab in the house.
Yeah. You understand? Yes. Right? If you allow a picture to throw Gab up to see what Gab was trying to do, you know what I mean? Throw it up on the screen. You understand? Right?
Yes, sir. We have a young sister here in the school, sir.
Hey, shalom, sis. She has a question.
If you put Gab up there, I don't know if that would be appropriate.
Oh, back here.
Good night.
To what Yaniza. So where we at, Yaniza? Yaniza, you have a little more to read on it?
No, basically, I got the gist of what it's talking about, but I just was more concerned because they talking in this specific segment that I was watching, they was talking about the United States in particular. As far as the Civil War. Now, the things that you brought out about the other nations fits right in with it as well, of course, sir. But we in the United States, we're in the belly of the beast.
Yes,
we got to watch what's going on here too, because these people, these Americans are just like the Russians and the Ukrainians and the Israelis. They're the same people. They hate us.
Brother, I'm telling you, the day black people wake up, the day we wake up and realize who we are, you will really see who Esau really is. Right. You're going to see who he is. Right now, we accept being sidekick. But there's going to come a day when we no longer accept being a sidekick. Like today, we no longer accept being a sidekick. You understand? So it's going to be a problem. And they know it. It's going to be a problem. And remember, Moses never lifted a hand. You understand? And the scholars, they read the Bible and they know this. All right? Come on.
Slaki. In the earlier verses in Revelation 11, is the two, who are the two witnesses?
Yarmak, because I believe he's far away from the computer, his voice is not projecting directly in. So he may have to, if he has a question, he may have to step to the computer, raise his hand, step to the computer, and ask.
So in Revelation 11, verse 3, is the two, who are the two witnesses?
Revelation 2 again, 11:2.
But the court which is without the temple leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall tread under. Sorry, it's the verse 3. So, and I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy in 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
So who are the two witnesses? Akim, who are the two witnesses?
So like I said, that's the northern and the southern kingdom.
Very good. Precept. You all know where to go get it? It's in the reason why it's being referred to is because it's in the Old Testament also too, which makes mention of the witnesses. I believe it's in Isaiah, I would say, or Ezekiel, one of those books, or Jeremiah, one of those books. All right? 2 Kings. All right, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna find it fair. 1 minute. Because remember, if you remember correctly, right? Israel was split in two. Right? They was split into who? Judah. Who was Judah?
The southern kingdom, sir.
Southern
right?
kingdom.
Made up of who? Judah was made up of who?
Benjamin and Levi.
Right. Judah, Benjamin, and part of Levi. Right. Israel was made up of who? The Hispanics, and who? part of Levi also, right? Levi had left with the 10, right, being Israel. And the so-called Haitians today, which are who are your Levites, they're left with the 10 tribes. You understand? They left and came back to Judah because the 10 tribes was not they did not hold the Passover where it was supposed to be held. You understand? That's why today, if you don't hold the Passover with Commander during your Hannah, then what you had was just a get together. That wasn't a Passover. That was just a party. You understand? That was just for show. There could only be one Passover in the tribe of Israel. One. You can't have 2 and 3 Passovers. You understand? Yeah. And it's make mention of these 2 witnesses because they were mentioned in the Old Testament also too. Come on.
Does it specifically say witnesses? Because I got one in Ezekiel, the 37th chapter.
No, I think it says 2:6. You go join the 2.
Count, I got it right there. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, start at 15. It says, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, verse 16, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions.
For who?
For the children of Israel, his companions.
His companion, right? And whole way out also too, right? Whole way out, right? And go to Isaiah 43 and 10.
Slide it, sir.
Come on.
I have it.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 10. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord.
Ye are my what?
My witnesses.
So I saying, ye are my what? Witness. What does a witness do? What is a witness?
Well, so like if I may, sir, like this is perfect because we know the Most High is a judge, and the judge is, has witnesses that attest for that, that judge. So a witness would tell, kind of inform the judge on what's going on, so to speak. So like,
yeah, meaning what? We saw what? We saw the Lord did what? Part the Red Sea. We saw the Lord did what? Unalive Egyptians, firstborn. We saw it firsthand. We witnessed it. You understand? We witnessed the power of the Almighty power. We witnessed it. You understand? That's why these nations are so scared to come up against us. Right? You remember what the Moabites said? What did the Moabites say?
If they're following the Lord, then there's no need for us to go against them. But if they're not following their power, you should definitely test them.
Yes, because they know we had a power. They know once we start doing what the Lord said to do, brother, it's on and popping. It's on and popping. We don't have to raise a hand. The Lord will take care of it. Like He's taking care of it right now.
Damn right.
He's taking care of it right now. You have 2 nations that are on our land fighting and unaliving each other. One is doing genocide on the other, and the other, boy, he fighting tooth and nail for his survival. You understand? They say that these people, millions of them are fitting to be in famine. You understand? That should show you the Lord, He ain't nothing to play with. You want to call on Allah? Where's Allah right now? Ain't Allah falling out of the sky? No food fear. But when you read the Bible, What you read about us being in the wilderness? What happened when we asked for food? What did the Lord do?
He fed us out of one.
Yeah, food, manna was falling out of the sky. Can you get me where it says it was coming out with nose, Yanaza? Somebody pull that for me. Where it says manna was coming out our nose, nostrils. There was so much food. You understand? Because they complained to Moses saying what? The Lord brought us out here to do what? To die. Like we don't bow down and kiss. You understand? We don't bow down and kiss no cross. You understand? We face the east and serve the Almighty power, the Lord who rules this earth. You understand? We call him Yahweh. That we serve. You understand? And not on our knees. You understand? Come on.
Okay, I got it. Numbers 11 and 4.
Uh-huh.
Book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 4. You should not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month until it come out your nostrils.
Lord say, you're hungry? Okay, no sweat. Eat, Negro. Eat. Eat it. That should show how unappreciative black people are.
Right.
That should teach you what type of people you have. We are hard-headed. You understand? When it comes to making a sacrifice to serve the Lord, boy, we have excuses. Oh, we have excuses. You understand?
So like, what scripture was he just reading out of? I don't know.
That was Numbers. Tell him where you at.
It's like it, sir. That's Numbers 11, verse 19. It's like it, sir. It starts at 4, but goes through like 23.
Yeah. So just read verse 23.
It's like it, sir. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 23. And the Lord said unto Moses, is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see how now, it's like, see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not.
You understand? That the Lord telling them, yo, whatever I say, you think I ain't gonna do? Negro, who you playing with? It's me. You understand? Like Lord, he ain't playing. We playing, but the Lord ain't playing.
Right.
He playing for keeps. You understand? You playing for fun. He playing for keeps. All right. Who holding what for me now?
So like this, sir.
Come on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 11. Well,
I think it's
like,
yeah, go ahead.
Verse 10. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant, whom I have chosen.
Whom I have what?
Chosen.
Have chosen. You understand? People trying to say that the Lord doesn't have a people. He made everybody. Yeah, we know he made everybody, but he has a chosen people. Just like you and me. We have tons of clothes in our cupboard, right? Might have a couple of shoes, but yeah, certain clothes you choose. Certain clothes you know what I mean? You wouldn't mind somebody seeing you in it about 100 times because you love it. I mean, I can't speak for women. You understand? I can speak for men. You understand? We got clothes, brother. We have a pants. That special pants or that special shirt, it's getting worn till a hole started coming in. You understand? Then we might put a needle to it still, try to patch it up, but we got a favorite something. Well, that's the Lord. The Lord have a favorite people. He have a favorite what? Plant. He has a favorite what? Animal. You understand?
Okay.
Right? The Lord ain't your LGBTQ community that want to love and kiss and hug everybody. No, the Lord has a chosen people. Read on.
Oh, Sloppy.
Come on.
Can you explain fringes? Because I've been informed by Officer Yarmouth that the fringes, I guess, at the bottom of the shirt is incorrect.
What? Who have fringes on the shirt? No, he is correct. You can't wear no fringes on your shirt, brother. He's correct. I'm messing with you. But you can't have fringes on your shirt. All right. We're gonna get that. All right. Yeah, Mark, let's hold the scriptures there, right? We're gonna get it. All right. That's a good question. You know what I mean? And brothers and sisters, you all, you know what I mean, on the chat, you know what I mean, you're all on it for the first time. You bring your questions in here. Trust me, I ain't gonna be a pastor and tell you, you know what, let's pray about it. You know what I mean? Or you could agree to disagree. No, you're gonna get an answer. Either have it here now, or I'll tell you, hold on until next week. I'll come back with the answer for you. But you're gonna get all your questions answered. I guarantee you. You'll get all your problems taken care of by Commander Jerry Hannah. Everything, you don't have to worry. You just bring it right here. Throw it on my lap, and I'll take it to Commander Jerry Hannah or to the generals. And we're gonna get it fixed. We're gonna get it right. You understand? All right, come on. Where we at?
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 10 in the middle. That ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he.
That I am he. So that's good there. That's good there. That's to let you know the witnesses are who? The tribe of Israel, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right? Those two witnesses in Revelation. You understand? And this is a scripture you could go to. Plus, you could go to the one where it talks about the two sticks. You understand? The two sticks are the two witnesses. Okay? All right. So, Yarmak, we're going out first. Deuteronomy? No, Numbers?
It will be Numbers chapter 15 and I believe 38 or
okay. So let the brother come to the computer and let him read it. And brother, don't worry. Use your outside. Use the outside voice. You could shout into that computer.
Salaki. My name is Teddy Grams. Come TG. You said Numbers 15:23.
15:38, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check.
I think it's 15 and 33. You're correct. 15 and 33, I believe.
It's like 30, first 38.
30 what?
38, so it's a lot.
Go ahead.
Come. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make fringes in the borders of their garments throughout
and hold on. So it's saying the borders of their what?
Border of their garments.
Borders of their garment. Is a t-shirt a garment? Let's start there.
Yeah, that's what he was explaining to me. I'm not sure how to break that.
No,
down.
I'm just asking, is a t-shirt a garment? An Israelite garment?
No.
No. So guess what? Just got going on your t-shirt then. Right?
Yeah.
You need more proof? It says garment. You understand? Then if fringes could go on a t-shirt, then guess what? I could go put fringes on my drawers right now. Right? I could put fringes on my socks. Right? Fringes goes on what? On garment, not shirts. You understand? Come on.
I remember the first day I came to UPK here. I have fringes on the tassel. You remember that?
Confession can be so. I don't want to say anything. Huh? I don't want to bring anything up.
Cap said, "Nah, brother." And then you broke it down to me. I want, and I went home. I had like 13 t-shirts, man, with the tassels on the bottom, and I tore all of them up except for one. And I remember,
yes,
first day I walked in here.
You understand? Yes, because those fringes on a t-shirt is, if you're doing it, it's a form of rebellion, basically, against what the Lord put down. You know what I mean? And it's like a sight to sore eyes saying, you are not doing what the Lord said to do if I look deeper and deeper into your life. If I sit down and I question you deeper and deeper into your life, into what you're doing every day, you're not doing what the Lord said to do. You're choosing to do what the Lord said to do. Just like you choose to put fringes on your t-shirt, when the Lord clearly says, put it on your what?
Garment.
On your garment. That's where it goes. And it has to go on what? The borders of your garment. You understand? So when you're sewing your garment, your fringes are sewn into the what? Into the border, basically. To the borders of your garment. You understand? Right? Right? Come on.
Could I pull another precept as well?
Come on.
It's Exodus chapter 28, and starting at verse 2.
Go ahead.
Says, and thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. And if you go down to verse 4, these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, like a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and a bordered coat, and a mitre, so on and so forth. You can't put
so now this is not clearly not speaking about a t-shirt. Right? What do you wear under your garment, young man?
Currently, nothing.
You be a back under a garment? What will you put on under a garment?
Like a formal garment.
Yeah, undergarment. Like, I guess.
Yeah, so what would you put under a garment? Would you wear a wife beater under a garment?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the garment you have on, right? But you will put what? You will more so put a t-shirt on under a garment, or shirt under a garment, right? Right? So fringes don't go on t-shirts. You understand? It goes on your garment. The t-shirt is what you put on, so that your garment could go on, sit on top. You understand? All right. So I don't know. You know what I mean? That is it there, right then and there. Because if you put in fringes on a t-shirt, as I said again, then we could. What you're saying is I could put fringes anywhere that I find a border, anywhere.
So like I said,
come on.
If I may, and the truth is just like all of our law and our customs, it was given to us to separate us from the world. So
yes,
if a garment is a t-shirt, everybody wears a t-shirt every single day. Everybody does.
That's fair.
To separate us and these priestly garments, which are formal, should be different than everyone else. So that's why, if you're in a grocery store with a t-shirt on, that's not a garment. But if you got a garment on, everyone is going to look at you like you something different. They're going to look at you and say, what the hell is that? Just like a judge wears his garment when he takes the stand on the seat. It's different than everyone else. So like, I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, you striking the nail on the head, Huck. I could close the end the class on that. Come on.
So like I said, if I may, dictionary from Oxford language says the garment, an item of clothing, a windproof outer garment.
Yeah. I don't know how you're pulling a t-shirt out of that, but I guess, you know what I mean, these groups that want to be rebellious, all they're trying to do is Commander General Hanna have been holding the Isupk down from since 1969. You understand? He have not changed nothing. But when you create a group, you're going to have to separate that group from the original group. You understand? You're going to have to do it. And these are some things that they do to separate themselves from the UPK. Because the UPK, we don't wear fringes on our t-shirt. We wear fringes on our garment like the Bible says to do.
That's right.
You understand? We don't go around trying to bring Africans in. You understand? This Bible is only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
You understand? If you're in Mogadishu, Lord be with you. You understand? And I mean it in the monastic way. You understand? Right? You definitely, this ain't for you. Someone try to say something? Somebody saying something?
Come, he's getting.
So, because I know you said we would be the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. So, what about Isaiah 11, where it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea."
Mm-hmm. You asking a question, what does that mean?
As far as how does that correlate to what you said about us being in the Americas?
Us being in where? In America?
Oh, sorry. I mean, how it correlates to us being in the Americas, like the blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Okay, I'm saying that. Okay, the reason why I'm saying not Africans is because some groups are basically going out to these Africans specifically. You understand? Some of them specifically trying to go and get them. You understand? Right? But we know in the Bible, give me it in Deuteronomy, where it say we were scattered through all four corners.
What, 4:27?
4 and what?
I want to say 4:27. So like,
Is it during 28, right? You may say we were scattered.
Like it's
four corners. Come on.
Okay, it's verse 27. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord shall scatter you among the nations.
The Lord shall what?
Scatter you among the nations.
So no, I'm not saying that there's no Israelites outside of America or the Americas or the Caribbean.
Right.
There are Israelites all over the earth. You understand? But I'm not picking up myself and going to Mogadishu and saying these are Israelites. You understand? I might as well bring flies in too, right? I might as well have a tribe of flies, right?
Right.
Different species. You understand? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there are groups that literally go to Africans, you understand, and pull them in, right? And we all know who I'm talking about. These lavender lads that had sisters unalive by a what? By a filthy animal. Man, animal. Only an animal will what? Will destroy his prey or unalive his prey and leave it wherever to rot. You understand? a daughter of Zion. You understand?
So like I said,
that's why I say what I said. Come on.
Could you use Matthew 10 and 5? It says, these 12 Yahweh sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Yes.
Rather,
yes. Yes. Finish it off. Salaki. Finish it off.
Verse 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
But go rather to who?
The lost sheep of the house of Israel.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So like I said,
come on.
And when we're speaking of this group, the purple lads, I guess they call them
lavender lads.
Yeah,
right.
Like, you know, they've caused a lot of problems because now you got groups of Africans just popping up saying they Israelites.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What did Christ say?
So like I said,
give me where he said leave them alone.
God.
Right? Because most stories are going to come out that group is a LGBTQ community.
Right.
It's going to come out. It's going to come out. And the reason why it's being built like that is because it's no different than a what?
Like it, sir.
Come on.
A Christian church, sir.
Yes, it's no different than a Christian's church. Why? Because the Christian church is about what?
God loves everybody.
Not okay. Yes, but when I say link it to these lavender lads.
So like, sir, inclusion.
Link it to them.
Homosexuality.
Come on, brother. Yes. Why? Because there's evidence, right? We have evidence. Their leader was found texting D pictures, DICK pics, right? To his men. Right? Now, how many of you ever made a mistake and text some DPs to your friends? Don't raise your hands. I know we have men in here. Yeah, that was never a mistake. But somehow, according to the lavender lads, it was a mistake. Right? And then you had one of them, after he had sexual relations with a transsexual, he shot the poor trans in the face. Was it service poor? We don't know. He didn't say. We don't know right now. But there's evidence, right? There's evidence saying that he was in bed with the tranny. He had some relations. So now, what? All these things are going to come out. And now all these things coming out. All these, how to put it, these not allegation, these truths coming out on this group. And you still have members trying to be loyal to them. They're what? You understand? You read it before. What scripture you read?
This was Proverbs 29 and 12, sir. If the ruler hearkens to lies, then all his servants are wicked.
Yes, all his servants are wicked. All of them. So you teaching a whole congregation to put fringes on the t-shirt? All of you wicked. All of them wicked.
Right.
Every last one of them. You understand? Every last one of them. Every last one. And if they're not wicked, guess what they will be doing? They'll be running out of there without the fringes. They will throw that fringes in it. and keep the t-shirt. You understand? But they'll be running out of there. Who's holding what for me?
It's like I said.
Come on.
Mark chapter 9 and verse 39.
Come on.
It says, but Yahweh said, forbid him not, for there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name that can lightly speak evil of me.
Right? So forbid them what? None. Right? Does that mean Christ was what? With them?
So
no. Does that mean Christ was with these people? Was with this camp? No. Read on.
Verse 40. For he that is not against us is on our part.
Right. Now somebody had to explain that to me. What is that saying? For he that is what?
Not against us is on our part.
Is on our what?
Our part.
Our part. What does that mean? These fake groups read this and think, oh, we all should what? Come together, you know what I mean? Hugs and kisses. Go ahead.
So like I said, like when these fake groups go out and they do whatever it is that they're doing, they're in return pushing the truth, because the brothers will see that you shouldn't be in GMS because they teach that we're supposed to sleep with prostitutes.
Right.
But then that'll make brothers look and see that in the Israelite school of UPK, we don't sleep with prostitutes. We don't smoke weed. We don't sleep with white women and celebrate holidays. We're about the business of the Most High. And so them doing that wicked stuff, even though it may hurt us, being young in the truth, you don't want them to do those things, but it doesn't hurt us. What that'll do is let weak brothers stay with them, and strong and sincere brothers will funnel into the truth.
That's it. That's it. That is it. That's the mindset you're supposed to have. Come on.
I just, I had to get up to the door. I didn't hear that scripture. If you could repeat it, Baba Kasha.
Tell him where you're at.
It's like Mark chapter 9 and verse 39 and 40.
Yeah, that's it. You understand? Like remember Christ, he's saying, but there's a part there where he says what? If they're not what? If they're not what? Against us, what does that mean?
So like I said,
come on.
Like they're not like attacking us specifically, like
that's it.
Yeah, kind of.
That's it. If they're not trying to harm us, they're not trying to stop us from doing the work. They're working what? They're working what?
For us.
Yeah, they're working for us. So go ahead, IUIC. Lavida lads. Work. Put that work in. You know what I mean? March up and down the street. Tear them boots up. Work for us. You fools. You understand? You think you could, you know what I mean? You could just go form your own group based on your own liking and your doctrine, your own philosophy, and think the Lord gonna be with you on it? Okay. Christ speaking about some men who thought they could come in the back door without Christ, and it all work out. And guess what?
It didn't work
out.
Yeah.
How you know it didn't work out?
So like I said, you want the precept?
You can give me the precept, but tell me how you know it didn't work out for them.
So like
K1, I'm asking you, how do you know these people that Christ speaking about right now, this camp that Christ speaking about right now, how you know that it didn't work out for them?
So like there's a precept when the demon jump on them and, you know what I mean, the crap out of them. Which is common with the IUIC, sir. Slack.
Oh man, come on, man. You understand? Them demons, brother. You don't want to play them demons. Come on, get the precept. Daddy precept was gonna pull
Or done. What that Acts
what I was
19?
gonna pull? Come on.
No, I got it right there, sir. It's the book of Acts, chapter 19, verse 13. It says, the spirit of the vagabond Jews,
The spirit of the what?
certain of the vagabond Jews.
And he called them what? Vagabond Jews. So these vagabond lavender lads, right? Come on.
Exorcists took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Jesus, saying, we adjure you by Jesus whom Paul preaches.
They have the audacity to say who Paul preaching, but they don't want to follow Paul or Peter. You understand? They want to form their own group. You understand? These lavender lads want to form their own group. Guess what? Read on.
Verse 14. And there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and chief of the priests which did so.
Chief of the priests which did so. Like your boy. What's his name?
Badge number 2299.
Light skin brother. Barney?
Yeah, badge. No. Badge number what?
2299.
Badge number 2299. Read on. The chief of them. Read on.
Right. 15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahweh shall I know, and Paul I know, but who are you? Or who are you?
That's right.
That demon is like, nigga, who's you? I'm badge number 2299. What did he say?
Verse 15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahweh I know, and Paul I know.
I know the ICBK. Right. Come on, Jeremiah. I know Jeremiah. I know Jeremiah. Right. But who's you? What's your name? Read on.
Verse 16. And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped upon, like on them, and overcame them, and prevailed against them.
And what? And what?
And prevailed against them.
Now, this is poetry for a beat ass. You understand? Or bust ass. Or a beat down. You understand? They got a beat down, but they're saying it in a poetic way. Read that one more time. That part right there.
Sir. And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcame them.
And overcame them. There was some whooping of behind in there. He overcame them. Read on.
And prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded.
They fled out of the house what?
Naked and wounded.
Naked and what? Wounded. That's right, Baz. That demon recognized rank. You understand? The chief of them.
Hey.
He got a good whooping. You understand? You don't want to mess with the Lord.
So like I said,
come on.
Could you also use John 10:1?
Come on.
It says, 10:1 through 2, and then it says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you could use that also too. Okay. Like you don't want to come in the ICBK. What's the reason why? What's the reason why they speak? What do they say about the UPK, ICBK? What do people say about the ICBK? Come on.
They say we too militant.
Right. They don't say we sinners, right?
Sir.
They don't say we break laws.
Sir.
Right? Young man in Eastern Shore. Eastern Shore, right?
East Carolina.
East Carolina, Salaki. I think I'm in Maryland. Right? What you hear saying about ICBK, or you never heard about us? What did they say?
Too aggressive.
Oh.
Too much polygamy.
I would say, like, especially from Edomites, they say it's too harsh, but a lot of times it's not really the harshness. They just don't like the judgments, and I notice they just kind of forget what's been perspiring currently and in the past. I don't think they really take into consideration what really happened.
Yeah, you're correct. I like that. Too aggressive. I know there's some women listening out there. We are very aggressive.
Come on.
Come on. Let me start messing with you. Come on.
The brother, he told me something last night. I was speaking to him. And he was telling me how he had seen different Israelite groups, and he's seen the IUIC. And he told me, if you don't mind, just telling him what you said to me.
They're Hebrewanity, Christian Hebrews.
He called them the Christian Hebrew Israelites. He said that on his own from the world, that he could see that they was the Christian Israelite group. I died laughing. And I didn't tell him to say it, sir. So like he said on his own.
They were
I would take Christianity. I would take a hate group. I'll take that over Christianity any day. Do not call me no Christian, please. We got some problems.
Right.
Straight up. You understand? Don't call me. Don't call us no Christian group. We gonna have a problem. We gonna have to show you we're not Christians.
That's right.
Come on.
So like he was saying that the IUIC he said that he's seen the IUIC and he knew that they were the Christian Israelite group.
No. I know what you're saying. Okay, I know what you're saying. I know he wasn't saying that we Christians.
Okay.
So like
I know he wasn't saying that. Give me 1 minute.
What do you call them? Christian lights. Christian lights. Christian lights.
Yeah, we're back in. You aggressive guys. You are too aggressive. You have too much masculinity in you. You all need to dumb it down. Hell no. You'll take that shit all the way up. You know what I mean?
So like it, sir, if
Come
I
on.
may. Can we use Acts 5 and 36 for fake Israelite groups too?
Come on, let me hear.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 36. Before the days rose up Tues, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught.
Okay. This is what you're reading about here? Give me a little more context.
This cat named Tues, he thought he was something. But like during that time, like if you stepped out of line, the Romans would kill you. You know
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, you could use it to those groups, because what happens is most of the time when you hear about like brothers harming somebody is because of some other group that they're in that done mess their mind up.
I don't want that.
You know what I mean? So definitely, you know what I mean? And we also we need to be careful. We don't teach or preach or tell anyone to go, lift their any hand up to try and harm Esau. You know what I mean? Or any of the heathens. The Lord gonna do that. Christ gonna do that when he come back. When Christ come back, then it's going to be on and popping. Right now, we are just fishing. That's all we're doing, fishing. We are not hunters right now. We are fishers of men. You understand? That's all we about right now. You know what I mean? And we are aggressive with it. You understand? We're aggressive with it on the internet, on the streets. You understand? Social media. We are aggressive with it. You understand? I rather them say we are a hate group than they say that we are a bunch of sinners. You know what I mean? Right. Tell me a law the UPK breaking. Tell me a law. Come on.
So like you said.
Mm-hmm.
That was when we was out in Charlotte. That was the one thing that General Mayat was saying. When he was speaking, he was just like, they say a lot of things about the ISUPK. They say we crazy. They say we're loud. We're too militant. We're too aggressive. He said, but the one thing that they do not say is you will never hear them tell us that we're wrong, though.
Right. That's correct. That's correct. Good job, Ma'akahan. You understand? Good job, Ma'akahan. He's correct. You understand? Right? Okay, somebody was going to say something else. I don't know who it was.
Come on, precept in Luke.
Come on.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 21. For I fear thee, because thou art and art still man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow.
Yes, which lets you know that Christ was what? A very what? He was serious.
Okay.
You understand? He was, you know what I mean? He was austere. You understand? He ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't know what you would call today a Christian. He wasn't part of a Christian group.
Okay.
You understand? All them beating and tambourines and playing organs and dancing, Christ would not have been a part of that. Christ would have been a part of this work that brothers and sisters doing in the ICBK under command of Jerry Hannah. Right. You understand? We about it. We live it. You understand? Come on.
Yeah, to add what I said about how I know people say ISBK is aggressive. It's funny when you tell people in the world like simple things. Oh, I don't celebrate. I don't even like saying the name because it's taking like the egg-laying holiday and Xmas. Fight you tooth and nail just over that, and they don't see that as aggression. It's like you can't even follow the feast days without them going crazy.
Yeah, you're correct, and that's because of America. That's because of America, and that's because as men and women, as brothers and sisters, we have not been educated on slavery. Like if we were to learn as children, meaning from young, what slavery did to our forefathers, meaning you go to school, you have a class specifically about slavery, and you tell black people what happened to them in slavery, what do you think gonna happen?
It's like the day that either you're thinking, well, no, I would say our people, they'll agree, but they won't really acknowledge it as far as internalize what.
Okay, so remember, I'm saying you teach a young child. Remember, all these criminals, right? All the transsexuals and them, they were once what?
Children.
They were once babies, right? Good. Now, they say this. Sometimes they say what? Or they did studies saying, the scientists say that a child can be what? Born gay. You ever hear that term, young man? That children are born gay? Right? Is that true?
No.
Yeah, a child can't be born gay. To be a part of the LGBTQ community, you have to be taught. You understand? Right? So now, if you don't train, that's why the Bible, what does the Bible say about training a child? Get that for me. What does the Bible say about it?
Salaki, sir. Train up the child in the way they should go so they won't depart from it.
Yes, give me that. Hold on.
God, I got it.
Okay.
22.
Come give me here.
This the book said, train out in the way he should go.
Train up a child. He should what?
He should go.
He should go. That's what you're gonna have to. That's what we're gonna have to do. You understand? We're gonna have to train these children up in the way he should.
He should go.
He should go. And then what is it saying? Read on.
Sir. And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
And when he is what?
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
You want to know why so many kids, right, are destroyed, so many families are destroyed? Because the oppressor knows he has to destroy that family. He has to get that father out of the house. He knows it. So now once that kid grows up without a father, without a mother, what's going to happen? Ain't nobody training them up. So guess what? The zookeeper has to come in, aka cops have to come in with batons, with guns, and those what do they call them, electric guns?
Tasers.
Them tasers. You understand? To deal with your sons that was not trained up in the way he or she should go. We weren't educated on who we are. We won't. But I know people who was educated and who they are.
Slug, sir.
Come on.
The oppressor was so-called white man.
Yes, the so-called oppressor. Right? Let me show you how much they were trained. Hold on. Let me see if I can get right here. We want to understand, you understand, what's going on with the Black community, with Hispanics and Native Indian community, right? Let's listen to some of this. I don't know if it was up on the screen, but let's listen to some of this.
I was raised with, an overwhelming amount of Holocaust education. I feel very, very clear on what has happened to so many Jewish people during the 20th century. And so it should not be a shock to anyone that I'm out in the streets resisting what I see as an attempt to wipe a people out. What was I taught in my Jewish education, if not the ability to recognize an attempt to wipe a people out when I see it? And that's why thousands of young Jews are in the streets right now.
Rabbi Weiss, right? Were you given that education? You were taught to what? That God loves everybody. You was hugs and kisses for everybody, right? Right? We were hugs and kisses for everybody. You understand? She was brought up in what? Jewish what? Education, not Holocaust. She was brought up in it. She wasn't told to forget about the Holocaust. She was not told to do that.
Right.
You understand? So now a nation in one sound mind. You understand? Unlike what? Black people. We what? We Muslims. We Israelites. We say we Hebrew Israelites, but we have you split into different what? Christian groups.
Right.
You understand? And that's because we weren't educated on who we were. We won't. And Commander Junior Hanna has built this ISUPK right under Christ to what? Educate Black people on who they are according to the Bible. You understand? You are not an African American. You are a Hebrew Israelite. You are not a Pan-Africanist. You are a Hebrew Israelite. That's who you are.
Right.
You understand? You are aggressive. You are marked in every way. Every Bible speaks about. You understand? Right? Come on. Somebody was going to say something? Okay. And now, mind you, I ain't get to the good part. Let me see if I get the good part for you all. Hold on. Let me get to the goody good part for you all. Oh boy. When you hear this. When you hear this, brother. Come on.
Like listening to that lady in the interview, right? She said something that was heavy, you know what I'm saying? And it's correct, but she's talking about the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? When she's talking about they trying to get rid of a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? And what she's not telling you is that nation of people are the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? And that nation of people is not allowed to know who they are. We're not allowed to be raised in our culture. We go to the streets and try to tell our people, you know, who they are according to the scriptures, and everybody come up against us. All other nations of people, including our own people, come up against us. You understand? We're not allowed to be able to know who we are.
Yeah, but tonight she's gonna tell you, her friend gonna tell you who he is. Now listen to this. You're right. Help me on. Ayathon. Yeah, Salakia. Memory going Salakia. Salakia, brother.
Oh, Salakia.
You're bear with me. You know what I mean?
No, come.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, Salakia.
Come on.
What are you guys' interpretation on Deuteronomy 6, chapter 8? And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thy eyes. And
read it say where you are. So chapter 8 and verse 1.
Oh, sorry. Deuteronomy 4, chapter 8.
Chapter 4, verse 8?
Yes.
Slide, sir.
You want to start?
You can go ahead with your question.
Okay. I guess with that verse, because no one advised me to do this, but I just did it just from reading it. So like as far as writing them on your hand, like I have like bracelets, like commandments written on it, and then like at work I have like a work hat, and I write like commandments inside the hat. So like on my head. I know this. I don't know if that's the correct way to go about that, or what.
Okay, it's okay. Okay. First off, are you asking if it's a sin to write scriptures on your hat?
Not on my hand. I have like a bracelet I made out of paper, and it has a commandment on it.
Okay, you could do that, but what's the purpose of doing it? Are you saying the purpose that you did it is because you read of it in the Bible?
Yes, that verse specifically.
Okay, let's read the verse you're talking about right now.
Just you said Deuteronomy what? You want me to read it, sir?
Let Giannis, tell Giannis to read it, because I having a little problem hearing you clearly. It's like I could hear you, but I hear like static with it.
So
let's tell Giannis that way it is.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead, Giannis, sir.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 8. And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law?
So I think the brother meant Deuteronomy 6 in verse 8.
Sorry.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 8. And thou shalt bind for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes.
Okay, hold on. Skip to verse 6.
Verse 6. Deuteronomy 6 and 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart.
Brother, where shall it be?
In thine heart.
Where is thine heart?
In the mind.
Very good. So where should these words be?
In your mind.
Yes. Not on no paper. He's telling you right there. What he is doing is just giving you, just expounding on where, basically he is describing to you where it should be. It has to be where? In your mind. You understand? So when you go in the grocery, you don't have to look on a paper where it's don't put. It's in there. You've been practicing. You've been in a class. You understand? Don't be just eating anything willy-nilly. Just be putting anything in your mouth. No, you go to the grocery store, you go to that grocery, you know you're living amongst heathens. You're going to have to check, sometimes you might have to check the ingredients and stuff.
Right.
Understand? Come on.
So verse 9, where it says, and thou shalt write upon them the posts of thy house and on thy gates. Are we supposed to do that too, or is that?
Read verse 6 one more time.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 9.
No, read verse 6. Read verse 6.
And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart.
So where is supposed to be?
In thy heart.
In your mind.
Yes. When in your mind. When Christ came, right? Did he write it on a gate? Where was it?
In his mind?
Yes. And he taught brothers and sisters. You understand? So now are you asking if you could write it? You could write it on, anything you want to write it on. You understand? What do we write? Sometimes we have what? We have prayers written on what? On some wood. And we have some prayers in the class there written on some wood. Salute written on some wood. Right? And that's just for what? So that when brothers and sisters see, they could what? They could read it and what? Remember it, basically. It's you know what it's like? It's like fringes. What is the fringes for?
Remembering the commandments.
To remember who you are. That's basically what the fringes is for. So when you wear the fringes, right? if you see a whole house and you have fringes on, that fringe was supposed to remind you, I can't go into that whole house. I am separate from them because of this. You understand? I can't do that. You understand? You can't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You have fringes swinging from your pants or from your garment. You can't do that.
Right.
You understand? You can't do that. Right? So you could do it, but be very, 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 very what you don't want to do, you don't want to read the Bible like our oppressor reads the Bible. Right? Our oppressor reads the Bible, and to him it's literal. So when he reads about Israel in the Bible, guess who he thinks is about?
Everybody.
No. When our oppressor read Israel in the Bible, what does he think he's reading about? Or who does he think he's reading about?
Himself.
Amalek.
No, Amalek, the so-called Jewish man. Because he reads the Bible literally. So when he see Israel, he think Israel is who? Israel. You understand? When it says to write these, what he is trying to tell you to do is, okay, how do you learn anything, any subject you're trying to master? How do you learn it?
Like it, sir. You go to class and you listen to a teacher.
And what do you do?
Ask questions and you study.
Almost there, Yanaza.
So that is
Come on.
You go over it and over it and over it again and again and again until you get it.
You're almost there.
You receive instruction.
You're almost there. Who in college right now? Who in high school?
Stop one.
So like,
Come on.
So what?
Come on.
So like you take notes.
My man, Ayathan, you going to school, right, brother?
He in school, sir.
Yeah, he's gonna be a doctor. He's gonna be a doctor.
Right now, sir, he is cool.
Yeah, you understand? You're gonna have to what? You guys can't listen because guess what? 2 weeks from now, when I ask you about what brings on a toothache, you'll be what? You will have to do what? You will have to pick that phone up and do a Google search. But if you write it down, what your professor said, you're gonna do what?
Remember it, sir.
Where is it going to be? In your what?
In your mind.
Yes. In your mind. That's why we tell brothers and sisters when you come to class, bring in what?
Precept book. Notebook.
Yes. A notebook and a paper. I mean a pen to write down the explanation of the precept, the breakdown. You gotta write some notes. You understand? But that does not mean you're going to literally put it on some wristband or anything like that. You don't have to literally do that. When the oppressor reads the Bible, what he sees, he and what does he do? What does Amalek when he reads?
Salaki, sir. He ignores the essence of what that is saying.
No. I want to know what he does. Understand my question. They wear what?
They wear all black. It is all
They
black.
wear all black when they read Jeremiah 14:2. They are black onto the ground. So those rabbis put on what? A black trench coat, everything black, including what? The small hat or whatever hat they wear. You understand? Everything is black onto the what? The ground. but we know it's speaking about a people, not the oppressor. He takes it literal. You understand?
So like you said, they don't
Okay.
be the. If I'm not mistaken, those are the Orthodox Jews.
Yeah, but those are the Orthodox Jews. But nonetheless, that's what they do when they read that scripture, right?
Come on, sir.
Yeah, they don't do it. Come on. Right? And this here is not an Orthodox Jew, but she considers herself a rabbi. Right? Listen to this.
Zionism and Judaism. So we are meant to understand that anything that Israel does, they do kind of as the Jew in the world. But Israel's not a Jew. Israel's a state. And they need to be dealt with and treated as any other state would, with the same accountabilities. And I think that when it comes to, we understand what is our moral and spiritual obligations in this time is, you know, as the Persian poet Rumi put it best, of I've come into the world to see this, the sword dropping from their hands, even at the arc of their rage, as we understand there's just one flesh to wound. And that's
all right, that's enough, Rabbi. All right. You all understood what she said? What did she say?
Cancer.
Hold on. Let me wheel that back. Oh, you're come on. Give me a mic check. 1 2 1 2.
So we hear you.
Loud and clear, right?
part of Israel's project has been to completely conflate Zionism and Judaism. So we are meant to understand that anything that Israel does, they do kind of as the Jew in the world. But Israel's not a Jew. Israel's a state. And they need to be dealt with and treated as any other state would, with the same accountabilities. And I think that...
What did she say about Israel?
Come on. She's basically saying, if I'm not mistaken, that Israel is living as if they're a Jew and that they could get away with certain things, but they should not get away with certain things because...
Nah, hold on, brother. She's saying the opposite. What is she saying?
So like I said,
come on.
She's saying that they're just another country, but they're actually getting over because they're Jews. Because the world sees them as Jews.
No.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
She has Israel is not no Jew. You understand? It's just
I didn't say that.
Can.
She just said Israel is not a Jew. Israel is a state.
God.
Did she not say that? She just said, I'm gonna play one more time for you all, so you all don't think I trying to pull some words out this, you know what I mean? Miss P out. I'm not. Hold on. Work with me.
Zionism and Judaism. So we are meant to understand that anything that Israel does, they do kind of as the Jew in the world. But Israel's not a Jew. Israel's a state. And they need to be dealt with and...
All right now. You hear that, right? What she just said there?
Sir, Israel is not a Jew, it's a state.
I didn't say it, right?
No.
YouTube, I did not say that. That's Princess Piggy. I don't know her name, but she's some rabbi.
So like I said,
come on.
It's crazy that she claims she's a rabbi because by her statement, that means Israel, as today, has no grounds of being formed as a state. She kind of just insulted her own people.
Yes, and basically what she did. Okay, there's always you're gonna find with your people. You know what I mean? Lord be with you know what I mean. Some of our black people too. There are some that basically, you know what I mean, will turn on their own people. In this case, this woman, she's a rabbi, right? She claimed to be a rabbi, member of the right wing, right? And she has said that they are not Jews. She turned on her people. She's talking the truth. They're not Jews, but Israel is a what? It's a state, meaning it's a country. You understand? It's a country. And now, that's why I'm telling you, when they see Israel in the Bible, they're thinking about who?
Amalek.
The Israelis, the Jewish man.
So like it, sir.
That's why they don't go research. Come on.
Like I kind of picked up, like she was saying also, is that the reason why they're able to get away with so much stuff is because they claiming to be Jew.
Right.
Didn't she kind of say that as well?
Okay. If she said it, right? If she said it like that, it's clear to see that what? They are not Jews.
And one count.
If she said it like that, right? Because they are the Jews? No. Because they claim to be God's chosen people? So she is saying what? They are not what?
So like I said, they're not real Jews.
They're not Jews. Israel is a state. Right? And now we could pull what?
So like I said,
Revelation 1.
2 and 9.
2 and 9.
Yeah. Pull Revelation 2 and 9.
So like so you talking about the one where it says, I know the ones that say they're Jews and are not. The blasphemy is those that say they're Jews and are not. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yes, that's the one I'm referring to.
so like I said,
Come on.
this is the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
And what?
But are not.
Mm-hmm.
But say, but are the synagogue of Satan.
But are the synagogue of what?
Satan.
That's why they're allowed to kill, unalive so many people, because they are the synagogue of what?
Satan.
Satan. You understand? It's synagogue of Satan. That's why they're dealing with those people the way they're dealing with them. You understand? But I have no qualms. I have no qualms with them whatsoever. The land don't belong to both of them. So go ahead and fight over it. Go ahead and fight over it. Unalive each other over a land that does not belong to the both of you all. That woman said Israel is state, not a Jew. You understand? Right? Good. So now, let them take whatever they could take from it. But that's what came out of her mouth. And that is what? That's actually in the Bible. That they are not the Jews. They claim they are Jews, but are what? Not. They have the synagogue of what? Satan. That's why they are creating a man-made famine. Do you know what it is to do? You know what it is to sit back and watch babies starve to death? Mothers who breastfeeding starve to death. People who don't even have the military might you have. You see them starve to death. You have Satan. You understand? You have Satan. You claim you have war. That's like the oppressor in America here. His war on drugs is war on who? Black men, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Native Indian man, Native Indian woman. That's who he is warring at when he say war on drugs. You understand?
So like,
These, come on.
I basically have a question. When it them trying to cast a spell upon us, like during those times we had no resources, like they wouldn't allow us to have jobs, so they would put drugs in our community just so that we can poison our own people.
Okay, like, the drugs came in. When did the drugs came in? Who knows when the drugs came in?
Like the drugs, as far as I know, the drugs came in when they was fighting in the Nicaraguan war, and they needed the help. They needed money to help fund the war so that they could take over the South and Central America. And so,
but when did it actually came in? When it was first introduced to the black community? Come on.
Like I say, it was so what he's talking about, what the brother's talking about is cocaine. But before cocaine, there was heroin.
Go ahead, Yanazar, let them know.
And they really started bringing it in when they started sending the brothers over to Vietnam. Then they created the situation where brothers were, not well mentally, and then they poured in the drugs in the 60s.
Yes. So it happened in a time when black people was trying to find a way to come together, find something to be on common grounds with.
Salaki, sir.
And drugs was used to do what? What's drugs used to do?
Destroy us.
Yes, to destroy us. Right. So that we do not ever come together. And that's one thing in the black community we're gonna have to get rid of.
Oh God.
The one drug, the main drug to get rid of first is what?
Christianity, sir.
Yes, Christianity.
Damn right.
You understand? Throw the lavender lads in it also too. You understand? We get Christianity out. You understand? We're gonna put a dent in these drug dealers' pocket. Trust me. You understand? All right? Come on. Somebody's gonna say something.
Yeah, Salaki, so I had a question too. Like, wasn't that a part of J. Edgar Hoover's COINTELPRO program? Because this is like after the civil rights movement. Wasn't that a part of the counterintelligence program as well? Like to bring
correct. Yes, but it's already it's like what Yanazar is saying is correct with the heroin and stuff. The cocaine coming with the what they call it, the Iran Contra scandal, but they were drugs already here. Remember, the first thing that got rid of was what? The Black Panther. Once they destroyed the Black Panther, right? That's when the drugs start creeping in. You understand? First, you use it on who? On those brothers in World War II, and they saw the outcome of it, and then they just start pushing it in the black community. Then over the years, in the 70s, it started getting big. Then in the 80s, it wreaked havoc on the black community.
Right.
You understand? And then today, it's it's an epidemic right now. You understand? Come on.
This is common curriculum in college. Like they teach this with certain majors, and it's insane because I sit in these classes and I'm learning how they're teaching it, how they had the war on drugs, how they have the war on black children, calling us super predators. They teach it, and they literally. I remember as a question that stuck with me to this day. They asked that with the condition of black or low income communities, which are black communities, what should we do? They said, should we gentrify the community, kick them out, and rebuild it, or should we pour more money into it so that they can have extracurricular activities and things that could sway them off of the lifestyle that they've been living? And I remember when the professor asked that question, I knew that he was a devil. I knew that this is the devil when you taking everything from these people. And the only solution that you can come up with is to take away or push them out of their communities rather than to pour all of the money into the communities, to give them extracurricular, to give them therapy, to give them a psychologist to talk to help fix the people. They would rather just gentrify it, just get them out of there.
Yeah.
And, this is being taught in schools across America, but again, without the Israelite school of UPK, it'll go right over your head. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go one up on here. It's not only being taught, but done. You understand? It's being done. You understand? That's why that McDougal Terrace that we're gonna have the you know what I mean, we're gonna be there on Friday, the 19th. You understand? No, you know what I mean? What they're trying to do is take us out of every hood and put us somewhere else where we're gonna build another hood. You understand? And when Esau ready for the land, he just come and do what? Move you out again. It ain't no different than what the so-called Israeli doing today. The only problem is the Palestinians, they are not destroyed people, they are freed people. That's why it's so big on the news. You understand? When black people, what they doing to us, that's supposed to be on the news every day. Every day. And every day you should hear a black leader, if they are black leaders, call themselves black leaders, crying out. You understand? To tell America to give back what they stole, to stop doing what they're doing to black people, to Hispanics and Native Indians. You understand? They should be doing it. But because it's us, they're allowed to do it.
Oh, Slucky.
No problem. Come on.
Yeah, so on that topic, I was telling Yarma, where I'm from in New York, it's besides New York City, Williamsburg, it has the most population of Jews outside of Israel. And what you're speaking of, what they're doing in Palestine is the same thing they did from where I live, where what they would do is they'll buy a property in mass, especially in cash, and then also too what there's actually an FBI case on it for the past 20 plus years, but what they've been doing is laundering money from the public school system and then putting it into the yeshiva schools to the point where a lot of, especially like the black schools, like where I'm from, is Haitians and Jamaicans. The school's closed down now, and from just the past 20 years, the town went from black to just Jewish. No one even knows there was black people there, and the whole town has changed. I've never seen so much development in a short time to the point where I'll recognize it. And then even the Haitians and Jamaicans that still live there now, the poverty is crazy. And yeah, and behind closed doors, I even heard them. They think we're dogs. So when people say they're not evil, they know what they're doing. They talk about it at the dinner table. They know what they're doing.
Yes, they do, brother. You bet your last dollar they do talk about it. They know that they're not God chosen people. You understand? They know what they're doing is no different than what America did to the Native Indians.
So like we said,
you understand? Come on.
Can I pull a precept from what he just said?
Yeah, come on.
This is Micah chapter 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. Like when he said, they talking about at their dinner table, they go on the bed with destroying our people on their mind every night.
Yes.
And it's like when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And then they go do it.
Yes. That is it. That is correct. You understand? That is correct. That is them. They don't give a damn whether or not they're Jews. What they give a damn about is that they have Israel and they could do whatever they want. You understand? They could do whatever they want. All right. with that, I know we over the time. Anybody have any questions before I let you all out? Any questions? If not, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer who Bankayal.
What's Slagger said?
Uh-huh.
Would you want to go for Passover? Slagger.
Oh yeah. Also too, yeah, for Passover, right? Passover is April 20th, right? Remember, we have that week of Passover. From Wednesday, we have what? The slaughter of the lamb. All right. On Thursday, we have the all-black party. On Friday, we have the kids' party, and we have German Hyman class in the evening. And on Saturday, we have the Lord's 55th annual Passover, hosted by Commander Jerry Hannah. You understand? Leader of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Isupk. You understand? Bring all your family, bring all your friends. You understand? Who are Israelites to come, you know what I mean, and support. You know what I mean? Come that Passover is us remembering what the Lord did for us to bring us out of Egypt. You understand? So you are Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You are supposed to be there. You understand? All right. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Bankayal. Come on, don't forget.
Select. I know you're about to pass on. Because I had a question about this. Because Passover is in the first month, how do you guys determine when the year starts?
Okay, it's based off of the I believe it's based off of the forget how the scripture goes, but it tells you Passover is the 14th day of the first month. All right. I do not specifically deal with it, right? But we have someone to deal with it, one of our generals, John Mayak. He deals specifically with it. All right. But we go specifically by what the Bible says to do. Okay.
And the lamb slaughter on Sunday as well.
On Sunday?
We have a lamb slaughter, the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Oh yeah. Tawada, the Feast of Unleavened Bread on Sunday sundown. All right. Correct, Tawada. All right, and with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Bankayal.
Salaka, is Fayetteville still in?
Oh, that's why something dropped. Yeah, no, they're there. They're there.
Salaka, I don't think I see him. I see Durham. Durham may have to take it, Salaka.
No, I do see them. Durham, do you all have the I think Durham is the one that dropped.
I see Durham.
Well, go ahead.
Durham, you all there?
Come. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. You all do the you all do the announcement. I don't think Fayetteville hearing us.
Come.
Is Fayetteville hearing us?
I don't think they're in, sir.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, so like it's sir, Fayetteville, I don't see them up on the thing either. But I'll take
okay,
it.
Go ahead.
Come on, sir. Slaki, men of Israel, Amajim. Sorry, turn and face the teacher. Men of Israel would give salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Yahweh Shimmy Shabrak Thumbs.
Yahweh Shimmy Shabrak Thumb.
Sar, turn face to sisters. Men of Israel, to give one courtesy salute unto the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Yahweh Shimmy Shabbat.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They will be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months. The brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department of teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy convocation be the Lord's 55th annual Passover here in Durham, North Carolina. Remind Akim and Akwathian to check on social media such as ICPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ICPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, they need to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, shalom.